Welcome to Pat's Soundbytes IGTV. Keeping new music alive is what I do on the radio and now on video. Conducting live chats with the artists and learning the stories behind their latest release and also playing their new video. Special thanks to Dustin Hardman, the rep for Golden Robot Records, for coordinating and scheduling today's guest. Special thanks today to my sponsor, Go-Go Tuners, for all guitar players looking for a focus on ease of use, readability, durability, and accuracy. Look no further. The Go-Go Tuner is the choice of many touring professionals and a favorite of casual players. Go-Go's signature green you're in and red you're out screen makes tuning quick and easy. For more information, go to the website at gogotuners.com. Special thanks to WBXO Classic Rock Radio Redefined, allowing me to keep new music alive on the radio airways on the Pat Show every Sunday from 5 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Only on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined. And a big thank you to Mr. Evan Balzer for allowing me to use his amazing instrumental that you're hearing right now. It's called Trails. To find out more incredible music by Evan, go to his website at evanbalzer.com. And today's guest hails from Canada. Canadian rocker Myke Penney of the band The Jailbirds. Myke and the band have released an EP, and it's titled Jungle. We're going to talk to Myke about the EP, about the Jailbirds. We're going to play the video for I Will Move On and a whole lot more right here on Pat's Soundbytes IGTV. Hey, live on Pat's Soundbytes IGTV, rocking the world, keeping new music alive on the radio and on video and all over the world, not only in the U.S., but also above us in the great country of Canada. Well, yes, and I got this guy to my right, to my left. I don't even know anymore. Myke Penney from the Jailbirds is rocking with a new EP, and love his stuff. How are you, Myke? Welcome aboard. Welcome. How's everything in Canada?
Hey, yeah, no, thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's all right in Canada right now, I guess, but yeah,
excellent.
excited to be here.
You're surviving this whole COVID, this pandemic thing.
Surviving is a good word. Yeah. Yeah,
I liked your ideas. I was doing some preparation all week, and I liked your lockdown. You and the guys kept relevant with the fans, what you guys were doing. So, I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I mean, that's something we were kind of forced into, and it was it's almost like a silver lining in a way, because it made us rethink everything that we do, and it kind of gave us a chance to find new ways to reach people. And yeah. No, thanks, man. That's just something we thought would be fun to do. So,
I loved it. Myke and the bandmates, if I get it right, Liam and Eric, have put out their second EP. They're a rockin' trio. It's called Jungle. It's out via Golden Robot Records. I think it just came out last Friday, and I got a copy and said I gotta hook up to these guys. And it's a very unique concept, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Myke, what got you into the music world? What was it? Who did you see? Rush? Anybody that said, I want, Triumph, I want to do this for a living?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, really quick before, when we recorded the EP, our lineup has changed since then. So now we're Liam, myself, and John.
Okay.
And John plays guitar with us now as well. But that's the three of us right now. Just updated. But on the EP, it is the names you mentioned before. Just to clarify.
No, anyway, we need to do that. Get it right.
Just so we all know. The first thing that got me into music was. I remember liking music as a kid, but I never really even thought about like playing guitar. I started with guitar and sang much later. And I remember I was sitting in the back of my parents' car, and we were just driving. I think I was driving home from Taekwondo practice or something, whatever I was doing. And AC/DC's Thunderstruck came on the radio, and it was like that intro, and it was just like, it just grabbed my attention, right? Nothing had ever grabbed my attention quite like this, right? And it was just like, it was unbelievable to me. And I literally, even before the vocals came in, like we're talking like 15 seconds of just that, I spoke up and was like, I want to take guitar lessons. And my parents were like, what the hell? And it just came out of nowhere, right? And ever since then, I just have been obsessed with it. And that's really what got me into music. That and really largely like Guns N' Roses was the huge band for me. That and AC/DC, those were like the two bands that really got me in there. And Slash is still my favorite guitar player. He's so great. And yeah, that's kind of what got me into it.
Cool. Did you play like in school, the violin or anything like that? Take lessons or?
I played trumpet in school. Yeah, like for grade, I think it was grade 7. I played trumpet for a bit, and then I tried to switch to bass because that was way cooler. And there was no guitar at the time. Right. It wasn't until high school. I think I started. I guess I would have been right before grade 9 or whatever, when I was 13 or whatever. Is when I started taking guitar lessons, and then there was a guitar class in high school for me. So then that was pretty sick. So I guess, yeah, I took those lessons at high school, and then I also took lessons at a local guitar shop in Mississauga. That's where I grew up, and that's like basically near Toronto. And yeah, it was called Guitar World, and it was really great. My teacher's name was Dion, and I had a few other teachers as well, Jerry and a couple other guys. But yeah, Dion was my teacher for like 5 or 6 years, and he was really great. He taught me a lot of things, and to say the least. And that's, I've always been kind of like really like comfortable with taking lessons in that way, and so that's kind of what got me into singing. Is my guitar teacher in high school, actually, Miss Denise, her name was, and she really pushed me to sing. Actually, I was so uncomfortable with the idea, and she was like, no, you got to do it. And I don't even remember what she would specifically say, but she would just like would just drive me to do it. And then I started taking lessons elsewhere and stuff like that outside of school as well. And yeah, it's just become a part of me, I guess,
Well, it's worked out really well because you got some great power vocals and you play magnificent on the guitar. Talk to me about the band. How did you hook up with Liam and well, now John? I mean, what was you guys went to school together, or you just
yeah?
Okay, cool.
Liam and I, funny enough, we've known each other since like 2002. I think we were in the same 2nd grade class, and so we've known each other since then. And we started playing in a band together in high school. I was playing with some other friends of mine at the time, and then funny enough, our bass player's name was Liam, and then he quit, and then we got Liam to replace him. We were just like easy to remember. That's why we brought him in. No, he was great, obviously. He played bass in another band, and we were just like, he's our buddy. He can play bass really well. So we're just like, this is an obvious choice. We had a gig coming up at the time or something too. So we needed somebody kind of quick, I remember. But anyway, that's how Liam and I really got together. And then through a bunch of lineup changes and all this kind of stuff over the years, and like even before it was called Jailbirds, yeah, it was Liam and I have kind of been the original members or whatever, if you will. And then John, we actually met. We were playing a gig in 2019 with his other band that he used to be in called Sneaker Club. And they're kind of like a pop band, more indie pop kind of stuff. And so like, it was kind of funny because we had met each other, we knew each other at the time, but I never really even like thought about him to be in our band because of the style of music they played. And it wasn't until much later, like months and months later after that, where I saw him like playing a video. Like he had a video on his Facebook page of him playing a Guns N' Roses song. I can't remember which one. And I was just like,
the same guy? Wait a minute. Whoa.
Exactly. I was like, what? That's that guy though. But then I just started I dug deeper into his videos, and he's got a whole bunch playing like all this music that I love, AC/DC songs and all these things. And it was great. And I was just like, holy crap. And he just like, I could tell that he like played in a similar way to me. And like, I knew that we would resonate really well just without even like trying before. And then it turned out I was right about that. So that was really great. And it's just, yeah, I just literally just hit him up and just said, hey, would you be at all interested in jamming with us, and he was super into the idea, and we just clicked right away. And that was about a year ago now that we started talking, and so we started jamming together in like June of last year, so almost a year ago now, I guess. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. They say the hardest part is always coming up with a band name. Is that
Yeah.
true, Myke? I mean, like,
Absolutely.
what are we gonna do? You know, how do we make it easy, make it simple? You know, not
Yeah.
everybody could be like Kiss or Rush. Like, you know, it's
Exactly.
like right there. It's like,
It-
how come I didn't think of that?
yeah.
Where's the idea of Jailbirds? You guys have broke loose and we're doing our thing.
Yeah, no, that definitely is the hardest part, I think, and because you want to come up with something that sounds cool, but like at this point in time, a lot of names have already been taken too, right? So like a lot of the really cool names, right? So it's about finding a new one, which is hard. Liam actually, he dreamed it in a like we were at the time, like this is 2015, I guess, and all of us were like actively trying to come up with a name. We would all have our notepads. Even at rehearsal, we would just like take some time and sit around and just like write down stuff and see what we could come up with and stuff. And so he actually ended up waking up in the middle of the night after this dream. He dreamt this, that we were all
in jail, in prison.
Yeah. We were robbing a train in his dream in like the 1800s. And you know, like an old Western movie or something.
Cool.
We get caught, we're thrown in jail, and then basically, like, I guess the warden or whatever walks by and kind of like talks to the guard. He's like, "That's the Jailbirds over there." And then he woke up, and then he wrote it down. Yeah. I think he texted the chat.
You ain't gonna believe this.
He wrote it down, and he said he circled it like a million times, and then he woke up to it the next day. And so we were all like, "That's the name. That's got to be it. That's got a great story."
That is cool. That is cool. A great story. Wow, that is cool. Happy, yes, winners of the best rock band after 2018. I hope I get to say this right, Myke. Don't shoot me. Mississauga Music Award. Did I say that right?
Mississauga Music Awards.
Okay, cool. In Canada. There's a note here that says the likes of the sound of like Black Sabbath, Soundgarden. I got a little of that. I got a little Altered Bridge, but to me, it was really just great. I mean, I just closed my eyes and great classic rock sound. Your vocals are good, and you guys, the guitar riff and the rhythm is just right on. And I'm all into that. I was in Toronto. When did I go to Toronto? I had to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. I drove my wife crazy. I retired and said, we're going to Niagara Falls, and I'm tired of the U.S. side because you can't see crap. So we got a room on the Canadian side, open the blinds, go, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And then the next day we got to spend 3 or 4 days up in Toronto, which was really cool. Go up to the Needle up there, look down, and then we went to a Blue Jays game and got pretty well shit-faced on Labatt's or Molson or something, but we had a good time. Toronto was really cool. Been to Montreal. So are you in the more towards the Toronto area in Ontario? Okay.
I'm like, maybe like an hour away or so from Toronto.
Good. Well, I'm calling you next time I go, so you can really give me the whole thing. Yeah, it's called Jungle. Their second EP. The debut EP was the Black River, which I did listen to, as well as Black Madonna, which was killer. This is an interesting collection of 5 songs, each unique in their approach to the subject of depression, anxiety, and substance addiction. Wow. I mean, obviously maybe a family member, a friend that you put the listeners on this really cool journey of you're the person with the addiction and how people are struggling and the love and hate of it and trying to get out of it. And the 5 songs, Dull My Brain, The Jungle, All I Need, Watery Grave, and I Will Move On, is an interesting concept. And it's a really cool, I mean, they all the songs go in unison from front to back rather well. So talk to me about that, Myke. Where did this, Liam had another dream, I think. I don't know.
Almost, actually.
Okay.
He was the one that came up with the track listing in the order that it became. Like he wrote the lyrics for Watery Grave, for example. And, you know, we worked on Dull My Brain together and stuff like that. And so like, yeah, with in terms of the subject matter, really we had a collection of songs because we tend to write our best stuff when we just try to be authentic and write about personal things. And so that's really, it was a collection of songs. When we went in to record, we recorded more than the 5 on the EP. And these 5, Liam pointed out to us at one point that they had, in this specific order, this sort of story that flowed like that. And we were all like, oh my God, that's brilliant. How did you come up with this? And it was just like, because it was literally just a collection of songs at that point. And he put that together. And we were just like blown away. We're just like, oh my God, because we were, at the time, we were trying to come up with the track listing, right? And so he just did that. And then we were just like, this is great. And so that's really where it came from. And in terms of like the subject matter itself, it was a coincidence that the story flowed like that. And then I went back and altered some lyrics a little bit to make it even more of a story, a linear story. But really, they really were already like that in a lot of ways. And like I said, we write about our personal experiences. So those subjects are just, close to us, and we've experienced it ourselves, either seen it or it's happened to us in some way.
Everybody knows somebody, sadly, that we know that are still struggling or we lost. And it's relevant. And, I think it's good that we somewhat need to talk about things like that we don't avoid it. So, and all the songs are just, the minute I watched the video, it dulled my brain. I definitely said, I got to hook up with these guys. The videos are great, but again, the music behind it and the story, the lyrics are right, spot on. Did you guys record this before the pandemic?
Yeah. So everything was recorded in, a lot of it was recorded in late 2019, and then it was done, we basically did everything but the vocals and some of like the percussion and maybe some lead guitars and stuff, all in that one chunk in 2019. And then early 2020, we did all the vocals and everything else like that, right before COVID hit. I think we maybe did one session during COVID to finish something up, but like most of it was done before. Yeah.
Talk to me about the songwriting process for you or even Liam. Is it therapeutic? Obviously, I think you really touched upon it. Things that personal relationships, things that you can bring to the table, and then you say, hey, I got this riff, I got this idea, and then you share it with everybody, and you work it that way.
Yeah, no, it definitely is therapeutic. That's a good way of putting it, for sure. And it's just like it's a great outlet, playing music in general and
getting it out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Even playing guitar to another band's music, you can still get that feeling. And it's a really powerful thing, absolutely. And and then writing something like that, like Jungle or Dull My Brain or I Will Move On and stuff, like that's all coming from, like, in terms of like the writing process, like, again, it just comes from our personal experiences and everything. So yeah,
really cool.
It makes it easier to sing, you know what I mean? Like that's what I was going to say, is just like it you can't just be singing words that don't mean anything to you,
right? As the singer, you got to sell it. Whether Liam wrote it or John wrote it or whoever, you have to sell it as the guy and have the emotion behind it, or people just can read into it and go, this guy's just saying words. So you really got to bring it on. And speaking of bringing it on, hopefully this whole diaper mask pandemic, whatever, goes away. Have you guys had a chance to tour in the States at all? I know you guys read that you guys were really formed in 2017, 2018. Maybe in that year, but have you been down? What's the plan for touring? Any ideas so you can showcase this great stuff?
Yeah, we definitely want to get touring as soon as possible. It's definitely something. Canada, it's not really an option right now, but something in the States would be amazing. We've never played a show in the States, but we would absolutely love to. It's definitely on our list. Like, we just need to get the way there. That's all.
Well, I'm going to push the way, because when I put these things on our rotation, people are going to go, who, what, where are these guys? What's going on? So, obviously we got everything shut down for a little bit, but hopefully when things open up, which I mean, I finally went to my first live show the other night.
Oh, really? Nice.
I was like pinching myself. We have Daryl's house, Daryl Hall's house. If you've heard Daryl live at Daryl's house, is like 20 minutes away from me. And I introduce the band sometimes.
Oh, cool.
And it was so cool just to get there and hug all the staff and get on stage and go backstage and have a drink and taking a picture. I mean, you know, every artist that I've, you know, whether nationally known artists from, I just had Billy Gibbons on not too long ago, you know.
Oh, really?
Wow. You know, Alice Cooper and Billy Gibbons, and you know, guys that have done it for so long, and then you don't do it.
Yeah.
You think like, you know, what's that feeling that you get on a plane for your first gig in front of a real live crowd, and it's got to be so emotional. Just see the crew. You know, we take it for granted. I mean, my last show was like February 15th. Roger Hodgkin of Supertramp. And then that was it. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, that last year was just nuts.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I became a Zoom expert.
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
no idea what the hell Zoom was. I'm talking to Klaus Miner and the Scorpions. I'm talking to everybody, but I want to go to a show. I want to meet these guys. So
that's wicked. Oh, man, it's funny you had Billy Gibbons on recently. I've been obsessed with ZZ Top recently, and everybody in the band actually. We've all been like just can't stop listening to it. It's so good. He's such a
coolest guy I have ever met.
Yeah, man. He just
watch my video. Go to my YouTube.
I gotta watch it. Yeah.
And he actually, everybody's been commenting that it's the first time they've seen him without his glasses on.
Oh.
Okay. That he did it in the morning. He was in Austin, Texas, and I was like, there's only like maybe 5 or 10 of us that interviewed his last solo album. That's how I met him. I knew music. Anybody can play, you know, legs and all that. But I'm playing Billy, I'm playing your new music. And I met him in a snowstorm. They're trying to get him in a car. And he's like, hold on a minute. And ever since then, we've been great friends.
Oh, nice.
He always hooks up with me. And I always just spend 45 minutes with him after his show.
Nice.
On the tears, I laugh. We talk about music. We talk about cars. We talk about food. We talk about everything. And it was my first time that I actually did a promotion for him, you know?
Oh, that's wicked, man.
It was really cool. Yeah, you got to
I gotta watch that.
You gotta watch that, and you got to tell your manager, we gotta open up for ZZ Top.
Oh, fuck yeah. No,
hell yeah, man.
That would be unbelievable.
It's funny you mentioned AC/DC, and it brought me back to when I was in high school with my best bud, and every day after school you just grab a guitar and start with Highway to Hell. I'm like, oh my God, can you learn something else? You know, I only got into Freebird, I think, or with a Ted Nugent, you know, a Stranglehold or some crap. But so where can we purchase this great CD? I know you guys are on all the socials besides Golden Robot Records, the jailbirds.com, the website. Where can where can the listeners go check this out for you, Myke?
Yeah, that's exactly where to go, the jailbirds.com. And then you can find our store and everything like that. It's updating right now to have everything, all our
merch. I gotta buy a shirt.
That's right. I'll send you one for sure. And we've got a new merch item dropping. Actually, by the time this is out, I think we've already dropped the idea. But yeah, stay tuned for that on the website, and CDs and vinyl and all that good stuff is on the way. It's just in Ontario right now, the production is pretty slow and backed up due to COVID and capacity issues and stuff. And so it's just a slow process. That's all, but it's on the way.
I hear you. The jailbirds.com, the website, the Jailbirds on Facebook, the Jailbirds band on Instagram. Check these guys out. You will not be disappointed. Trust me, we're going to crank the shit out of Jungle here in New York, and people are going to start. You're going to watch those numbers go up, Myke, going, whoa, we got to get you down to the States. Myke, I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I have, my friend.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on, man.
Anything I can do to help you, keeping new music alive, you let Dustin or you reach out to me, and we'll get you back on with the other guys or whatever we need to do to help you out.
Sounds great, man. Thank you so much.
Time to rock a little Jailbirds with the video on the track. I Will Move On right here on Pat's Soundbytes. Keeping new music alive. Go buy it today. Go buy it now. It rocks.